I was talking to my dad about it because my dad like introduced us to wrestling as a kid, and we had that red VCR tape where it was Hulk Hogan against Andre the Giant, and I forgot what WrestleMania it was, but I remember watching it as a kid. And I'm like, wow, Hulk Hogan's like a bitch. Like, look how small this dude is. And then all of a sudden he comes out, NWO, fucking black and white, bro, white
cool
beard.
As shit.
Cool as shit.
Yo, that's not the coolest thing ever done in wrestling.
Dude, that was a crazy transition.
We've seen a lot of cool wrestling things. Yeah. I think one of the greatest wrestling feats ever is Hogan's beard.
Easily.
It was black with the white handle.
Nitro beard.
Bro, get the fuck out of here.
Was so insane.
Yo, you step in the ring with a beard. You step in anywhere with a beard like that. Get the fuck out of my face. That was one of the coolest things ever.
Yo, move that mic closer to you because I'm gonna just let this rock.
Fire, bro.
We've started the pod.
Oh, you started it?
Yeah.
Oh shit,
Dylan in the building. Give me some. Zav.
Zav is in the building.
Alan in the background.
Shout out to Alan.
We got NBA All-Star in the back. Yo, I know my birthday's on Thursday. The pod is going up on Thursday. This is how I'm spending my birthday.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it.
Happy birthday.
My two guys. One more. Let's go. One more salute. Let's get a little bit of this.
It's a birthday salute.
Yo, have you two ever met before? I was trying to
figure it out. We met one time, I think.
I told you. He asked me that.
We met I think once or twice.
The key word, I think. What did I say? I was like, yo, we met a while ago. I'm almost positive we met a while ago.
No, 100%. You know when it was, too? And I hate giving the shout out, but I think it was at Noah. Like straight up, like I think it was at Noah. You were sitting with your boy Josh.
Bro, what hasn't happened at Noah?
And I'm pretty sure Eric Delgado just walked up to me and was like, yo, you know Dylan, right? I'm like, yeah, kind of, like through the internet. I'm like, what's up, man? And we just dapped each other up. And that was the first time I ever met your boy Josh, too. And I was like, all right, cool. So like I've seen you guys from afar and like now I just know you people.
Bro, Noah is...
Everything has happened at Noah.
Iconic. Like, what would you call that? A lounge club? Like, what was that?
It's a teen club, right? That was a teen club?
I think it was a club. They just had teen nights.
Yeah, I was like 20. I don't think I was 21 yet. Just going over there.
Do you remember when we walked there in the blizzard and saw that girl from Jersey Shore?
Yes.
Well, Angelina.
Angelina, yes, dude. That's literally what I was just going to say. I remember seeing a flyer for it. That's why I didn't go.
Yo, listen to this. One of the coldest moments of my life. I'm waiting in line, and I wore like a gray Lacoste tee.
Like you should, like a gentleman.
Like a gentleman.
Like a gentleman.
But I didn't bring a jacket because I'm like, I'm not paying $5 for coat check.
I've lost 2 jackets there. Like a steep tech.
Yeah, I've lost a North Face.
And like, like a steep tech that turns into like a backpack.
Yeah.
Like one of those weird.
Cool,
yeah, it's like a tent.
Bro, I was so cold and fucked up that there's a girl, she was a dime piece. She's talking to me and I couldn't power words to come out. I was so cold.
Yep.
I was just like, she's like, what's wrong? I was like, I can't feel anything.
We walked home in that too.
Yeah, we walked home.
It was snowing.
Which is like what, like a mile and a half, you would say?
Probably more, bro. Think about it.
And plus, these blocks are a little hectic, man. They're hefty. They're hefty blocks.
They are.
Because then you got the one short one. It's like a 4-house block. And then you got one that's like a city block.
That strip of Steinway.
Oh,
that's from Noah to the end of Steinway might be a mile. Maybe a mile. I don't know.
Yeah.
Right? From Noah to end of Steinway. Think about it. And then we hit Steinway to Ditmars, and then Ditmars back to the 70s of Ditmars.
Yeah.
We walked home.
Yeah.
After Noah once, I think, like, the go-to place that I always used to, like, I used to leave Noah early and be like, bro, we got to go to Rizzo's Pizza. I'm like, yo, I just need a slice of pizza. You know, like a scalding hot slice of pizza that literally will burn your face off.
Bro,
every time. I'd leave it like 11 o'clock.
We would go to Mike's Diner.
Yeah.
I don't know what that is.
Underneath the train on Ditmars.
It was a legendary diner.
Even better, dude. I've done some weird things under a train, so I'm glad you guys went to a diner, bro. Good shit.
Yo, you two, when I had you guys on the pod, I think I had you roughly within maybe a month of each other.
Probably less. I got a shout out, like no exaggeration, like 5 days later. So I don't know. It might have been a week.
Yeah.
That's right. Both of you came bearing gifts, which I appreciate. True gentlemen.
Course.
Also, again, Alan still has not brought a gift, and he's in the background playing audio on the
Shout out to Alan.
Yeah, good guy. Super rude, but good guy.
Yeah, Joe. Great guy. So, a lot of people were very happy to hear both of you. They love the pods.
They should.
Got great feedback, yeah. If you heard the pod with Dylan, there's about 8 athletes that'll never come on the show because of Dylan.
As they should.
You said, I forgot what... I wish I had it in my head. You said one thing about somebody, about an athlete, where I remember, like, I could hear anything and be like, oh, all right, cool, let it rock. I forgot what you said, but I was like,
now I need to know what it is.
I forgot what it is. I'm gonna re-listen. I'll send you it because I remember being in my car. I listened to his podcast all the time in the car.
That's love, man.
And I sent him like a screenshot of all like the podcasts that I listen to, and it's always just like 4 straight up elite podcasts, including his. And he goes, "Yo, that's great company to be in." I go, "Dude, at this point, you're just part of my day."
It is,
I
yeah.
go, "You're just part of my day. I can't really do anything about it." I go, "Dude, if you didn't even like me, I'd be like, yo, fuck this kid." But I'm gonna be like, yo, I wonder what betting's looking like right now. You know, like I wanted to know, so I started listening, and I was like, yo, I'm getting informed. So now you just stuck with me. I have no choice. So it just is what it is.
Any of the theme song?
Oh yeah,
Nice.
Bro, you know what the craziest thing is too? All of a sudden, I'll listen to a podcast and his will be next. I'll put it in the queue, and then all of a sudden I'll hear my music, and I go, "Who the fuck put my music on?" I'm like, "Oh God, this fucking trash." I'm like, bro, you know how many times I listen to myself? It gets redundant. I'm like, "Oh my God," and then I'll listen to it and I'll hear him, and I'm like, "All right," I'm like half wood. You know what I mean? Like I'm
Semi.
good. Yeah, I'm good with that.
I wish I knew what it was that.
I'm gonna find out. You're gonna get a text like probably tomorrow.
Well, I think the worst one was you went off on Wondolowski, the soccer player.
I did.
It wouldn't have been soccer for me.
I did him and the hockey player.
Oh, Jason Arnott.
Jason Arnott, I did too.
I forgot what it was.
But there might have been someone else. Oh yeah, there was someone else. It was McCaffrey.
Yeah.
Bro, come on.
No. Oh, I'll tell you off air why I thought that was funny too. Is because of the whole connection of that. In my head, I just kept on saying like, "Ooh, tough."
But wait, why did I?
I forgot what you said about him. I just forgot what it was.
We were talking about Olivia Culpo.
You see,
Yeah,
but
all right, yes.
But
And
listen,
you're like, yo, she could do better than that.
To
All right,
be fair,
yes, that's what it was.
up.
It was her. Yes.
to be fair, I kind of graded him like they're affiliated now.
Yeah.
So she kind of, you have to meet up to her level. And
Right.
So it's kind of her fault in a way.
All right. Here's the
You
thing.
get
right?
it? Like it's her fault
Here's
now.
the thing. I feel like we're all old enough to understand that somebody dates down in whatever relationship it is. Somebody will date
Someone
down.
has to.
And it's not even a knock on McCaffrey. It's just more of like, bro, you see what you're dating.
Yes.
Like, it's not even, bro, his father's a fucking Super Bowl winning wide receiver.
Yeah.
His mother's an Olympic fucking pole vault. I don't know what she is. I don't know. Maybe a volleyball player.
Something.
Yeah, whatever. But I'm like, dude, like, he's part of like a great family. It just, you're punching up, bro. And anybody would be. It's not a big deal.
It's her fault.
Yeah.
You know,
I'm going to be honest, like maybe Ronaldo would just be like, yeah, I get it. Like, I got it.
I had a conversation with a buddy of mine earlier.
Me, Dick.
It was you. A buddy of
I
mine.
wouldn't call him a buddy.
A buddy of
I
mine.
wouldn't call him a buddy.
Yeah, fucking buddy.
Yeah.
We said,
No, because there was
there
was a picture of Conor McGregor with Rita Ora and Irina Shayk or some shit. She
Okay.
used to be Ronaldo's ex-girlfriend.
Yeah.
And then I was like, yo, I used to love her. And then Dylan said, like, yo, after Ronaldo, it's like,
Where
What
do
are
you
you
go
gonna do?
from there?
That's like
Where
the
do you
cream
go?
of the crop. Right?
Bro, I would kill to look. You know that bust they made of him, like that gold bust, like of his face.
Oh, that they
looks like
butchered.
dog shit.
Yeah.
I would kill to look like that. I would kill to look like that. Are you kidding me? Gold and all. Like, dude, I would have those busted ass. I would kill to look like that. I remember watching a video of him like dressed up as like an old man in the park and like just fucking dribbling a soccer ball, and all of a sudden he rips off his face.
They did like an Uncle Drew.
Yeah, with that little
Europe
kid. It was like
with
a little
soccer.
kid in the
Yeah.
park. And bro, everybody just hounded him. And I go, yo, that must suck. Like, it must like be awesome like
Yeah.
after a while, but like it's just like, ugh.
Well, I was talking about this with Boss yesterday when we were going to Eric's house to watch UFC. Is he not the most popular person in the world?
Yeah, absolutely. In the world.
I'm talking about the world.
Because,
yeah.
yo, ironically, it's bad funny, not in America, no. In the world, yeah.
You don't think- you don't
not
think-
in America. He's not the most. Dude, soccer's not the most popular sport in America.
Right, that's fair, but
Yeah.
FIFA's the number one video game in the States.
Yeah, that I agree with, yeah.
And like he's sort of like Conor. You know how we talked about in the last episode that you were on that Conor has surpassed the UFC?
Yeah.
Like Conor is his own entity.
Exactly,
now.
yeah. He's in the business of Connor. Like, he's not in any other business.
Cristiano's in the same business
Yeah.
too.
Yeah, he definitely is.
If Cristiano Ronaldo came out and was like, yo, I have cryptocurrency with my face on it, this dude would just go through the fucking
Skyrocket
roof.
to the moon.
Lindsay Lohan has one. I just found that out today.
Really?
Bro, some guy bought it for like 17 grand. I go, dude, what a cuck.
I wonder what that's worth right now.
Dude, I don't know. But like, yo, did you hear about what what Bitcoin is? Like, I just saw something the other day about how they were like, oh, nobody knows the creator of Bitcoin.
No one knows.
So, yo, they're saying it's like a theory, and I'm a conspiracy theorist, so I believe it.
Oh,
Ooh,
this
this
is
is
why
gonna
you
get-
guys get
Oh,
along.
dude,
That's gonna
listen.
get good. All right.
9/11 was inside job. JFK was shot by our own
that's a lot.
people. So,
He's
in
right.
my
He's
opinion,
right.
all right, listen. All right, I'm gonna go on 3 tangents. Like, let me rock
Let's
for a
do
second.
it.
right?
Let's do it.
So listen.
Let's do it, Zav.
Yo, during 9/11, when the towers went down, like you can't hit a plane. You can't hit a tower with a plane up top and then the tower go down like that. That's me at 11 years old thinking like, all right, that was a little weird. So like, I don't know what happened. And then all of a sudden those black boxes in planes that
They never
can't
found it.
burn, that can't like literally cannot be destroyed. All of a sudden, it's like, nah, we never found it.
It's
like,
not
bro,
there.
There's like 3 of them in the bottom of the ocean that people are like, yeah, we know it's there because we tracked it. So like that's one thing.
This pod went off the rails way earlier.
No,
They know
that's
the
one thing,
plane.
right? So I'm a big conspiracy theorist with that shit. They're saying that Bitcoin is actually the creator of it is Putin. And he's trying to use it to make sure to throw off the Western Hemisphere's currency, like economy, and like it makes total sense when you really do think about it. Like
you're a psychopath like you two
dude.
are
When
you're
you're like going into like these little K holes without like doing K and just smoking and sitting in your house,
You
every
get
day,
so deep.
I'm looking on my computer. I'm like, I don't know, this guy's making sense. And then I turn around, it's 3 o'clock in the morning. I have one sock on.
Yep.
You know, so like honestly. I kind of believe it, but like I don't know, like everything's up in the air, so I don't know.
But you know what it is? It's weird because like it's like bullet points. Like,
Yeah.
that makes sense, and then it's like, wait a minute, that makes sense.
Has anybody ever told you like, yo, look into that more? And I go, no. No, I saw what I needed to see.
Yeah,
I
I
saw
don't
what I
wanna-
wanted.
yeah.
I got my information. They're like, no, but read more. I said no.
Did you watch Loose Change?
So I saw probably like it was like a couple episodes, right?
It was I don't know if it's on Netflix. It's like this.
It was on YouTube. It's like a 4-hour thing on YouTube.
Yeah.
Like that's what I saw.
think-
Like
I think on
head-to-head.
Netflix
I've
it was
seen this one too,
one
yeah.
long thing.
Yeah, I'm like, dude, I'm between money and shit. Like, bro, people are you into this whole top? What is it called? Top?
Yeah, I was gonna bring that up. If you're
I've heard
familiar
it
with
before. Now
Bro, don't buy highlights of people. I'm sorry.
I don't get it.
I don't
Okay,
get it.
Let me explain it to you.
No, I know
It's-
it, but I just don't get it.
You ever saw The Office? Explain to me like I'm 5.
Yeah.
All right,
Okay,
please.
so basically, from what I've gathered, and one of my buddies, Jack, Snapback Sports, Jack
Danny's
Settlement,
into it as well.
Yeah, Danny's into it too.
Yeah.
He wants to like spend a lot of money on it. So it's basically, bro, like, you know the LeBron dunk where he chases down.
That went for like
Iguodala?
400 grand.
That's like an ultimate rare Lugia card, a Pokemon Mewtwo.
shout out.
That's Exodia. Exodius.
The blue dragon,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Exodia.
Shout out. I just talked about Exodia. I had all 5 pieces, never at the same time. Go on though.
Damn.
Go on though, bro. It was the biggest cock tease ever, bro. I used to show people my deck and been like, not my dick, my deck, and I used to show them and be like, yo. I got him, man. They're like, oh, let me see, lay it out, all 5. I go, no, like that's for the duel.
Yeah,
Never
you're not
at the
ready for
same
that.
time.
And then I'd walk away and then I'd cry. Like I'm like, dude, I don't have his left foot. All right, go on.
So basically, you can buy the rights to that highlight.
I don't know what that means.
Me neither,
That's-
because
that's-
I know what you mean.
Right.
I know what you mean.
But what does
does that mean? Like, do I own a highlight? Can I walk into a Subway and just be like, "Yo, can I get a foot long, extra
No,
cheese,
you probably
whatever, and
can't.
pay for
But
it?"
you just own the rights to it. So you know how like they before a UFC event they'll be like they'll show like the FBI thing.
Yeah.
Like any redistribution of this event.
It's a
That
federal
used to be-
crime.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it used to
yeah,
be
yeah.
like the WWF pay per view
Yeah,
back
yeah,
in
yeah.
the day. It was like that. So you can't redistribute
that
now, these
highlight can
highlights.
only be played once, apparently, right, or something.
That I'm not sure.
I think it's only played once.
Bro, listen, if you want to do this for a couple $100, no problem.
Nah,
Get
yo,
your rocks off.
bro.
Some of these are going for $500,000.
The thing I don't get is, okay, you have a highlight, right? Now, like, is it copy? Is no one allowed to watch it on YouTube now? Is no one? And how do you own a highlight? Like, how do you?
Are you so like exactly? So like
It's not a physical. How do I own it?
that LeBron block, right? You're telling me that like on ESPN's history moving forward, they'll never show
They'll
that?
never play it again.
They'll never be like, oh, one of the greatest moments. It's owned by Nick 808. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
I think that's what's gonna have to happen. They're gonna have to give you credit.
like compensation for it? Like, it's like a copyright, right?
I think so. Yeah.
That's it.
I'm pretty sure from everything that I've gathered, because the UFC wants to get into that now too. So
Like
you
for
could-
knockouts
you
and
could
stuff?
buy like Connor's knockout of Aldo.
Wow, that's mind-boggling when you think about it. You could own a highlight.
Bro, just put your money in your house. Like, what are we doing? Like, what are we doing? Just put it under your mattress. Like, I don't trust the banks. That's another thing, bro. I don't trust the banks. But like, dude, come on. Like, what are we doing? Like, I don't want to. Listen, if you're making money, go for it. But like, bro, these people are like, yeah, I put in like $4,000. I'm at about 42 right now. I go, can you sell that? They're like, no. So like, it's just stuck in there. Like they can't like pull it. Like they can't pull their
You
money.
can't withdraw that money.
No, that's not money. It's
Wait.
not money.
Oh, so wait.
It's not money. You can't put. It's called a non. I forget. It's a NFT, fungible. I forgot what it was. Something where you basically like. It's not money, but like you can exchange it. Like you could buy a car for 2 Bitcoins. You know what I mean? But at
Yeah.
the same time, like it's like I think Bitcoin only has like 2 million Bitcoins available. Like
Yeah.
they mine them. They're real things. And I'm like trying to figure it out. I go like, why can't you guys just be normal? Like what's going on, man?
I'm not a conspiracy guy at all. I have a
for
feeling
you.
this isn't gonna end well.
Oh no.
No.
This
Yeah.
Bitcoin,
Yeah, Bitcoin. It's like
crypto.
it's like people use it for like the black market a lot. The
You ever watch
Bitcoin.
Arrested Development?
No.
Oh, great show, man. Joe Bluth always says it every time he does something wrong. He goes, "I made a huge mistake." That's going to be everybody. It's literally just going to be everybody. These people are losing money. Like they're going to lose their money, bro. The stock market's not real. Meanwhile, like I had to like funnel like some cash that I had, like basically like $2,500 just to fucking get out of here, and I put it in.
What the fuck is happening with
I
you?
put it in DraftKings.
He sounds like he's on the run from like drug
'cause,
cartel.
yo,
I gotta funnel something just to get out of here.
I got like $2,500 like in cash, like in 2 weeks of work, and I was just like, I don't want to put this in the bank, like whatever. So I fucking put it in the stock market. Like I basically gave it to my mother, who put it in the stock market. Shout out Donna. She put it into. She was like, "Yo, like, do you like any of these?" And I was like, "Yeah." Put it in DraftKings. She bought it at like $60 for me, and it's at like 73 right now. So like I'm sitting there, and I go, "Mom, when it hits 85, you fucking pull it. You pull it, all right? Like I need to pay off my taxes."
Well, that's a good ass stock to have. I was having this conversation with Impy because now sports betting in New York is gonna get legalized. And I'm involved in this documentary for sports betting. Use Your Music.
Yeah, I saw it. Yeah, of course. Yeah, it's dope.
Because they didn't want me really promoting it with like the actual voice, like the voices of the documentary.
Yeah.
So what I did was created some content because I'm a professional.
Yeah.
you are.
And I
Of course
use Your
you are.
Music. And close to $900 million was wagered in Jersey last year from people from New York.
Yeah.
So now they're going to make it legal, mobile betting, which is what this whole documentary is about. And DraftKings is one of the bigger users.
I think, what is it? DraftKings, FanDuel, even Barstool has like their own sports book now, which is actually getting big because of Penn. You know what I mean? It's backed up by a real organization. They have casinos. They have all that shit.
So DraftKings and FanDuel are the two most mainstream.
Yeah.
Like Barstool is still new, but you know they have their
Barstool has their fans. They have their
which
fans.
is going to go there. But that's a good. I've never given out stock advice, but that's one that there's a lot of upside to it. And also it's going to fluctuate because come football season,
of course.
all the new users, every year they get more and more users for the daily fantasy shit.
What's it called? Just past sports betting too, I think. Illinois is about to.
There's
within a couple weeks. Michigan just did.
There's like 23 states that you're locked and loaded now, and there's like 17 that are pending. Bro, there's so much money involved in it.
Dude, all right, now like, do any of you smoke like weed?
I
Bro,
don't.
do you understand? Like, I think last year, like in 2020 and 2019, the amount of money that the United States, like in the states that were able to tax for marijuana, they made, like, I want to say, like, the money was so astronomical that they looked at it and they were like, it created a separate economy. Like, it created like growth, like throughout the economy. And you're sitting there, you're like, it's a fucking leaf. Like, I know it sounds like such a hippie stoner shit to say, but it's just like, bro, if you could drink, you should be able to buy weed at a store, tax it, pay an extra $8 so you don't get caught. Like,
I don't know if this is me stroking my ego, but I feel like I might be the right person to talk about it because
you have no horse in the race.
I'm for it. I'm for weed. Like,
Yeah.
bro, Nick Diaz hasn't fought in 5 years because of weed. It's like the dumbest thing ever.
Yeah.
So for me, I have no horse in the race, like you said. I'm not a weed guy, but why not?
But you are an NFL guy. You're telling me that it's not better that NFL players who are straight up jacked up all over their body can sit home and smoke some weed, relieve some pain, instead of fucking popping opiates like nothing.
Well, that's the thing. It's the pharmaceutical companies that make it all
Well,
difficult.
exactly. Think about it this way. Like, this is my conspiracy brain working. There's a cure for cancer. Like, there is a cure for cancer. If you give the cure to cancer to everybody, the cancer business is gone.
Gone, yeah.
Like, $1 billion organization, like, is gone. Like, bro, you lose jobs. Like, ironically, people need to get sick to fund an economy, to fund a business, to do all this shit. It's the weirdest, like, upside down shit I've ever seen, whether it's sickness or whether it's, like, just anything. Bro, like, people need to go to jail. Like, you know, it costs more to send somebody and keep somebody in jail than it is to send them to college. It costs like $32,000 a year to house somebody in a prison.
Wow.
Meanwhile, it's like, bro, like, people are, like, struggling to pay off student loans. And it's like, bro, you're paying $32,000 to keep
Sally
somebody.
Mae calls me every other day. I say you'll get it
Now
in Christmas.
think about this. If you're allowed to smoke weed in New York, right? Would I be allowed to grow it in my yard, or?
I would hope so, honestly. That's the worst part, too, is that, like...
they wouldn't want you doing that, obviously, because that's money they're losing out on.
Exactly. And I think also, like...
But what you said was really true, and it's something that I've always went to bat for sports betting, where it's going to create different jobs, new jobs. Like FanDuel opens up in 2018, right? You need to have someone at the window. You need to have someone to take Dylan's bets. You need someone to have Zav's Zav calls in like, yo, man, what happened to my account? This and that. You create all these new jobs.
These are salaried workers. Yeah,
and it's also
with health benefits.
Economically beneficial for all parties involved, the state, the people, right? Because the big thing with legalized sports betting is that if you don't have the money, you can't gamble it. Mm-hmm. So if Dylan wants to bet $500 on a game, when you do it the right way, Dylan got to deposit that money into your account and bet on the fucking Rangers to win the Stanley Cup, which that would get you super aroused. It would, right? But if you do it the illegal way, you do it on the black market, you do it with bookies, it's like, yo, Dylan, you don't need that money right now, bro. Here's an account, bet. Before you know it, next week comes around, Dylan's down $1,000.
Yeah.
It's basically a credit card. And then that's when craziness happens.
People's legs break and...
It don't get that drastic.
Yo, you'd be surprised. Dude.
Well, it depends on like the dollar amount. When it gets to like the thousands of dollars, because also it's a weird dynamic because the bookie can't press you because
you can't tell on them. Like if you tell on them, they'll go to jail.
Yeah.
Like,
right.
Yeah. Like,
so it's like when it gets to like a big number, things get a little complicated. But for the most part, that's why like legalized sports betting it's only a matter of time, bro. It's going to be 50 for 50.
There's
I think all the states.
There's like probably like 2 or 3 things in this country, in this world maybe, that like should be illegal that you shouldn't be able to do. I don't know what they are, but I'm saying though, there's some things that like should not be illegal. You should be able to, just like you said, if you don't have the money, you cannot bet.
Yeah.
It's not one of those things where you're sitting there like, oh, well, I'm down 1,000. Like I have $300 to my name. It's like, well, you can't place a bet. So like if you, I mean, but then also you kind of go into the whole, people aren't responsible enough. They're not, secure with their finances where they can do that. It's like, all right, well, these are adults. Like you're letting them go to a bar and drink. They could fucking spend their money however they want. You want to smoke some weed, go smoke some weed. Like same thing with betting. Like, dude, just go do your thing. Like, imagine being able to go to a bar and live bet like games.
That'd be cool.
Not only is it better for the business of betting, but it's also better for that business. Because now somebody will be like, yo, I just live bet the fucking Pistons to win the second half. Like, just the second half, not the whole game. Let me pop into this bar right here and see what's good. Mm-hmm. You sit there, you buy 3 drinks. It's such a small, minute thing, but like it like stabilizes an economy in a weird way. It's so strange.
The last thing I want to say about sports betting is, do you like to gamble?
I like gambling. I hate losing, so I just stay away from it. That's my thing.
I feel that. The reason why I ask you is because, do you think if it got legalized, you'd be more inclined to do it, or does that not play a role for you?
Recently, I find myself wanting to gamble more. I don't know why.
Yeah, me too. I don't gamble at all. I'm with him.
Yeah.
I do not gamble
because
I'm a sore loser. I'm a sore loser.
Yeah, we go to Empire and I lose like $100 and I'm sick.
First of all, that's a mistake right there. Don't go to those.
No, but I'm saying in general, it's right here.
This might be the most insightful thing you'll ever get out of me. If you go to casinos, never play electronic games. You got to play ones that have a physical dealer.
Yeah.
The machines, you want to hear conspiracies?
The machines have a payout like once every like 3,000 plays. Like
machines have payouts and they're controlled from people.
Is that that's your conspiracy?
No. That's
no, it's actually factual because, bro, think about it this way too. Like, say all of a sudden a machine made about $2 million, like in terms of people putting their money in. At $2 million mark, like the casino, like almost not legally, but like you kind of, for people to come back, you have to have somebody to win.
Yeah.
So like they'll do a payout of like $200,000 at like one time, and they'll be like, all right, nobody's won in a week. We've made like $8 million on this machine, and it's time for somebody to win because then people will keep coming back.
Yeah.
It's very similar to. Do you remember or do you guys know the game 3-Card Monte?
I know the game because like I feel like my grandfather spoke to me about it once.
So like if you ever walk in Times Square pre-COVID, I don't know.
Oh, so those dudes playing with the cards on a box, right? You just have to pick which card is the card.
Cards?
Yeah. They have that. Yeah. They have that all over Vegas on the Strip too. And I have literally seen, if I'm playing 3-Card Monte, I know Dylan, I know Zav, I don't know Alan. Mm-hmm. We'll set it up where Zav will come up and he'll play 3-Card Monte and he'll beat me. And before you know it, I give Zav $2,000.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Alan is looking like, yo, what the fuck? I could
easy money right
Easy
here.
money, right? Dylan comes up next. You hit me for $3,000. Alan's like, what the fuck? Alan comes, is drawing dead.
Yeah.
You have no chance of winning. Before you know it, Alan's lost like $3,000.
Yeah. And meanwhile, all 3 of us just split $6,000.
Then
peace.
Us 3 go. We link up after. Yo, bro, I swear to God, on our friendships, I've seen this happen.
Really?
2 girls on the Vegas Strip. I'm telling you, I was going to give you guys gems to take with you for the rest of your life and everyone listening to this. Stay away from those 3-car Montes. Stay away from the machines at the casino, like the roulette where it's virtual. Don't play that.
See, that's my game.
Roulette?
Yeah. But like one time I was there and I was looking. I saw it land on like red, like no joke.
Love it, man.
6 times.
Love it.
So now in my mind I'm like, this shit is hitting black.
Yeah.
Probability, this shit is hitting fucking black. I didn't talk to nobody. I didn't tell nobody what I was going to do. I was like, this shit is hitting black. I sit down, I put money, right? I'm like, black. Hits red again. So now what? It's at like 8 or 9 times that it hit red straight. So I'm like, well, eventually it's gonna hit black. More money, red. I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
Have you ever actually been in a casino and like saw like all these people like actually putting like chips during roulette like on like the middle of 4 numbers and you're like, all right, wow, good bet, 4 to 1 odds, whatever. I sat there like a child at the age of 25 in AC, no exaggeration, and I was playing even, odd, red or black. I wouldn't go near a number.
That's what I do.
I literally would not go near a number. Meanwhile, everybody's like, oh, you in this? I'm like, yeah, I'm in it. I'm like, I'm a child. I'm just a child.
But that's what I do. It's probability. If it hits red 12 times in a row,
yeah. And then the best part,
it's bound to hit fucking black.
The best part is like when you try and be a real dick about it, and you try and put like $50 on black, $50 on red, and all of a sudden it hits 00, a fucking big old green 00, and you just walk away like I lost $100 to watch me.
Yo, the best story ever is Dominic. We're in Vegas one time, and he has like $400 scattered throughout the whole table. Numbers, the colors, odds.
Listen, hold on. Sorry to cut you guys off. When Dom does it, he'll like randomly just put it.
So no, there's no like thought to it, right? There's no thought to it. Not like, oh, look, my lucky number 5. Not like my birthday.
He'll like, yo,
to
what's a good number for you?
Yo,
he'll put it anywhere.
It was so bad for him one time. I'm definitely clipping this and sending this to him too. He gets the chips back from the dealer, and he just looks at me and he goes, "Vegas, man. Even when you win, you're still a loser."
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, man.
Yo, he got to Vegas. It was like 45 minutes. He lost like $400.
Yep.
He's pissed.
You're being polite. Keep it at 400 because it wasn't.
I forgot what it was.
Wait. You ever saw Vegas Vacation?
Yeah.
With Clark Griswold?
He was doing rock, paper, scissors.
Listen, rock, paper, scissors. Not only that, I'm a big fan of war. I love playing war like all the time. I'll never forget watching that movie. And he was at breakfast with his family. He goes, let me go to the bathroom real quick. He gets up to go to the bathroom, walks to the blackjack table, bets $500, loses in 3 minutes, goes to sit back with his family. And in my head, I said that would be me. At all times, that would be me. I would leave to go somewhere. I'd be like, all right, give me 5 minutes. Bet something, lose $300, and be like, nobody even knows.
Just detach yourself from it.
I'm like, it's gone. It's just lighting it on fire.
To keep this confidential and not give out any names because they listen to the podcast, we had a friend when we were in Vegas one time. Came in Friday. We're all there from like Thursday and Wednesday. Lost like $2,500 before he even checked into his room. Ruined his whole trip.
Nope. But see, also, I'm kind of boring though. That's why, like, I've never been to Vegas. I've been to AC like 4 or 5 times in my life. Twice when I was like 19, so I couldn't even do anything. But I'm boring with that shit because like I'll play blackjack and I'll win $180 and I'll be like, all right, I'm out.
That's
dinner
me.
For 3 days, baby.
That's
boy.
Me. That's me.
I won't go for it. Like I don't look at it as like I started with 100, I ended with 200, so I can lose another 100 and kind of be okay and risk it. I look at it as I just made 100 to sit on my ass, so I'm gonna get up, go to the buffet, and fucking devour food. So like I'm not a gambler because like I'm a sore loser, dude. I'm just
I'm
a
the
real
same
big
way.
sore loser.
That's why I don't gamble.
That's why I don't play video games. I stopped playing video games. The last video game I got, I think the last system I had, it was like literally PS2 and Xbox One.
Wow.
And it was because I would play like NFL fucking Street with my brother, and I'm like, dude, I'm gonna. Like, what are you doing? Why are you pushing me into walls? And like, I'll lose, and I'll be like, bro, I'm not playing this shit. Like, I'm a sore loser. I don't want to do this shit anymore.
Bro, I play my brother in NHL every year, and he hasn't beat me in about like no joke 15 years. I still want to kick his ass when the game's over. I won, and I still want to kick his ass.
Exactly, bro. It's infuriating.
I don't get it.
It's infuriating. Did you used to play one of my favorite? PlayStation 2 is so elite, though, dude. I used to play NHL Hits. Do you
Greatest
remember that?
game ever,
bro. Playing NHL Hits, and I'm not even a hockey fan like that. Like, I'm a Ranger fan by association with my family, but like, I would sit there and play this game, and I'm like, dude, if this was hockey, like, I'd be on the fucking ice right now, just throwing haymakers. People are set on fire. I'm like, dude, what is this shit?
Yeah.
I'm like, this is it.
It was a fun game.
That and Slugfest, like Slugfest for baseball and NFL Blitz. Like, I used to just love those games, man. I used to go to the arcade and play NFL Blitz. I'm like, dude, this is just football. Like, people are dying. Like, people are getting destroyed.
Yo, are you excited to go to any games now that they're letting fans back in?
I can't wait. Me personally, I'm a Nets fan. We got the big three, so I can't wait to go in. And you know what it is? I'm like starved of live sports, so I'd go watch fucking MFA play fucking in ICYP right now. I'd watch anything.
I mean, if you got tickets to that, I'll go. Like,
I'll
watch you guys play.
What's funny? It just crossed my mind now that you said the big three, because last time you were on the pod, we were talking about how
we had the big two at the time.
Yeah, but I asked you, how do you feel about super teams? And you're like, I kind of like super teams because you're a Nets.
You were waiting for it, man. You were waiting for it.
But now with Harden, how you feel about all that?
You know how like Harden got all the slander, like people hate him. Oh, I hate his game. That was me. I couldn't stand James Harden.
I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you. I love watching the Nets succeed in any way possible, because I really think that there's like 3 teams like in the NBA that deserve to win. They sort of do, because like when you really like, they were so close with Kidd. They were so close with Kidd.
Yeah.
And they really do deserve it. The one thing that kills me is, I was telling my boy Jose, who's a huge Net fan. I was telling him, I was like, yo, the hardest part about getting Harden is you have to deal with the game like later in the playoffs. Like you have to deal with that. He will hold the ball, but then like, you got to respect Kyrie, because he came out. He's like, dude, I'm the shooting guard. He goes like, I am now the shooting guard. Like, and every team like doesn't have KD. Like KD's the guy, dude.
To Harden's defense, I don't think he can do that now because of the other 2 alphas on the team. So you probably can't hold the ball like that in late in a playoff game.
You know who this team needs though, right? Jared Allen. They need it.
It's funny we got rid of him, and I'm like, damn, I wish I had a player like Jared Allen.
Dude, so much so that the Cavs are like sitting there. They're like, yo, we're about to trade Larry Nance. He might go to, I forgot who he might go to. Like 3 teams are looking at him. And Drummond is like, I don't know if he gets a buyout, probably gets traded. But like, they're like, yo, we're going to build around this guy. Colin Sexton, him. They're like.
I saw the other day he shot a 3. I almost shit my pants.
I've never seen that
I was
before.
like, fuck.
Jared Allen, every time I would tell, my brother was a huge Jared Allen fan, and he still likes him, but like every time I would watch Jared Allen play basketball, it was like watching, remember an NBA Street, like Stretch
Monroe?
Like that was literally.
That's a good one.
Dude, that was who it was. And I was like, yo, one day this guy's going to put it together, man. I'm like, yo, this guy's really going to put it together.
I want him to, but I don't at the same time.
I know, because he'll regret. But yo, listen, also, can we just.
Yo, guys, please. You get a chance to get Harden, you do it.
Oh yeah.
Listen, at first I said no, but watch, because you'd watch the Rockets, but he's on my team now, so I really watch him. He's so good.
Yeah,
bro, he's such a good player.
Listen, I'm gonna die on this hill. He should have been MVP the year that Russ won it.
Russ has had that crazy triple double.
All right, but here's the thing though, right? Can we just talk about? I actually started to. I always loved the idea of Oscar Robinson as a basketball player in history. I kind of lost like respect for him after watching Russ like get a triple double and being like, this dude affects the game in no way. Like Russell Westbrook, he affected the game in no way. You lost every game.
How about this? Every day there's like a triple double.
Every day, dude. What do you mean? Also, dude, think about it this way. There was a point in time where I would draft Nicholas Batum in fantasy basketball every year because he would get 8 points, 8 boards, 9 assists. And like, dude, that's like a 42-point game in fantasy. And I'm like, when you really think about it, you're like, bro, this guy's almost averaging, like even Lonzo is averaging almost a triple double. Guy goes to the free throw line 0.8 times a game. Like, dude, like it's hard. You can't.
I was also financially invested in the James Harden MVP year.
Yeah.
And it just went against everything that the NBA award for MVP stood for.
It became the story. That's what.
It became the story because Durant left.
Yeah.
And everyone listening to this is beating their head right now because I've explained this so many times.
Yeah.
But, let me ask you this. Me and you are NBA players. I dropped 38, 7,
Am I white? I'm white, right?
Yeah, we're both white.
Good.
I dropped 38, 7, and 8. You dropped 13, 12, and 11. Who had a better game?
You did, yeah.
Right, but I didn't get a triple-double. There's no label on mine.
Yeah.
It's an arbitrary number.
I also think,
people just said triple-double, and now it's...
The one thing that used to kill me, though, was the reason why I thought... Everybody used to say that... Russ deserved it. You get a triple double. Also, he scored a lot of points. Like if he had a 14-point triple double, that's what he was averaging.
He took 400 more shots than DeRozan that year.
Yeah, that's pretty insane.
Wow.
Well, DeRozan also has no shot. He sits at the elbow and he just fucking chills.
That just the stat padding that they would say.
And DeRozan was averaging like 17 shots a game. So, but I remember watching it, and I would watch this game. I would watch Russ run all over the court. I'm like, bro, this guy's, at least you got to respect the effort. Like, regardless of what it is, you got to respect the effort. The amount of, he probably averaged 6 or 7 rebounds that were straight up just give me rebounds.
Oh, yeah.
Nobody near the hoop literally would watch Steven Adams and be like, don't go near the ball. He'd be like, yo, do not go near the ball.
Cantor would move out the way for him to get the rebounds.
Exactly. And I'm sitting there and I go, wow, what is like the assist part of it is really dope because it means you're creating points.
Yeah.
Like that I understood. I respect a fucking 20-point game with 15 assists. Like a John Stockton game where he was like having 17 points and like 13 assists, 5 steals. I'm like, bro, that's like the triple. I forgot who was it. Was it Michael Carter Williams? He almost had the quadruple double with the steals.
Yeah.
He had like 9 steals or something.
Yeah.
And I like that's a game. Like that's fucking
somebody like
crazy.
a few days ago I think had like 10 steals.
See, that's
TJ
crazy.
McConnell.
Yep.
See, that's TJ McConnell did that?
Yeah.
My boy.
Off the
dude.
bench, too.
My boy, man.
Yep.
He's on the Pacers, right?
Yeah.
Bro, when he was on the Sixers, I would sit there and I'm like, bro, this is the guy who would give you fits as soon as the second team came in. He would be the starting point guard for the second team, and you're sitting there like, this fucking annoying guy is just so like he's in my hands. Like I'm like, oh god, I love that dude.
He's the token white dude at the YMCA that like
love
gets
it.
picked last.
Yep.
You're like, fuck, yo.
Uh-huh.
He's trash, but he's gonna guard me.
Exactly. He's the dude who like the 6'5" guy would be like, you're putting this guy on me, and then he would just snatch it like real quick. I love that dude.
Yo, nothing gets me more hyped to see than when you bitch and moan about the Nets.
What, like when they lose or?
Just like one bad possession, you're like, yo, fuck this.
Yeah, I'm
Trade them all. Get them
You know
all.
what it is? I know I'm never gonna see this again.
Yeah.
You know the
Yeah.
talent
You're
level
right,
is
100%.
never gonna happen again.
You have a 3-year window. Like it's literally a 3-year
Yeah,
window.
and it's
bro.
never gonna happen again in history.
Yeah.
So
Be
I've
happy.
watched.
It's hard. It's hard.
It's
hard,
emotion.
dude. You're a Giant fan, dude. It's hard. Even when you're decent, like when you're a decent team and you know, like you're not a favorite, but like
Guys, come on.
It's hard.
They're not a decent team. They're the fucking favorites to win the East.
yeah. But also, you'd be surprised about, bro. The East is so bad. Like
Well,
the
listen,
Sixers.
yo,
The
I
Sixers
don't-
are really good.
I'm scared of the Sixers.
Yeah, the Sixers are really
Joel
good.
Embiid scares me because we don't have like.
Sixers are one trade away from getting like. They built their team in a way where it's Embiid will like run point almost. Ben Simmons is straight up like a besides Rudy Gobert, he's defensive player of the year.
Bro, I hate Ben.
You know,
Simmons.
I bet Embiid for MVP 14-1, and I bet Ben Simmons defensive player of the year 25-1.
Yeah, see the hard part is that Gobert is such an animal,
Wow.
dude.
My heart broke when I heard that they both caught COVID or
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah,
They're not
but-
playing in the All Star game,
Yeah,
so
but-
hopefully they're all right.
But their next game is probably in like 5 days from now.
Yeah.
If they sit out a week, you'll be all right.
Dude, but what? It's not even. Also, like if they miss a couple games, fine. But like Rudy Gobert is just an animal, and the Jazz are doing some like weird shit right now. Where like it's so funny that on that team, Donovan Mitchell's not even the focal point anymore. Like the fact that first of all, Michael Conley's on that team. Like Mike Conley's just chilling on that team, like as a Grizzly legend, just to come to that team and been like, bro, here, yo, Bogdan, like here, fucking take this. Like they're crazy, man. I'm watching them. I'm like, damn, yo, fucking Jordan Clarkson is like straight up a G.
Do you
He's
think
like
they're
averaging
for real?
23. No, I don't think they're real.
No?
I don't.
You?
In the playoffs, no.
Yeah.
They're like Denver. I think once they get to the playoffs, you kind of see their
You need
holes, and it's just not going to happen.
I feel like you need like real star power in the playoffs
Yeah.
too.
Well, yo, also like Jokic is the guy on the Nuggets who will get a triple double, and it's like a legit triple double. The thing is though, when you're in the playoffs and Jamal Murray like can't hit a fucking shot, he's going 3 for 18.
Mm-hmm.
Like you know who the ball's going to, and like at the end of the day, you're just sitting there. You're like, bro, you're a one man team. Like you're not gonna do it.
How do you feel about Utah? Because I've had this discussion. ad
I'm not
nauseam.
sure. The only thing that gets me is I feel like they have like no like pure like.
It's not a star. There's no star on
Yeah,
that team.
like
If Rudy Gobert and Donovan Mitchell are your two stars,
Donovan Mitchell's good. I feel like he
he
can
is.
be
He
like
is,
in time.
but he's a scorer. He's just a scorer.
But I feel like in the playoffs in basketball, you need that. Like you
Yeah.
have LeBron, you have an Embiid, you have the Nets, you have 3. They're like I feel like only like teams with stars.
Because I'm a Met fan and a Giant fan. I'm always the guy who like I want depth on my team. If I don't have 3 stars on my team, that's fine. Like if I was like a real like diehard Nets fan, I would be petrified of one of these guys going down. The bench is so bad. Like the defense is so bad that you sit there and you're like looking at it and you're like, dude, if one of these guys goes down, like knock on wood, dude, like it's over. Like I don't know what's gonna happen.
That's why I'm worried.
They have like the highest usage rate of any team amongst 3 guys. It's like over
That's
90.
crazy, dude.
The only good thing is KD hasn't played a lot this year.
I know, and that's the
So-
one thing too is like I think they should take a book, like a page out of LeBron's book, and like AD, and just like bro, like ride KD at the end. Do not play. You're gonna win. You're gonna win. You might win the East. Sixers are good. I don't know. Like you might win the East, even if you get a 2 seed, dude, 3 seed, like whatever, fine. But like ride KD to the end. KD. I've been saying this for like 5 years, but like, you know, the MVP talk, LeBron is the MVP of this league every year.
Right.
If you can gladly give him the MVP trophy every year and nobody will complain, but he doesn't get it.
Mm-hmm.
But in my opinion, dude, KD is, bro, you listen to all these like like all pro Hall of Fame players. They're like, yo, if KD was playing against me, you can't stop that. He's 7 feet tall, shooting a ball over his head at all, and he's like automatic. You can't defend him.
Yeah, and he dribbles like a guard too.
Exactly, bro. And he puts his back to the basket, even though he weighs like a $190. Like
watching him fall, I have strokes.
Very scary.
Strokes.
Yeah. It's like PTSD, dude. Seriously.
I go crazy.
Yo, you don't even need to worry about them getting injured. You just need like that report to come out about Kyrie.
Yo,
like today,
please. He didn't show up to the All-Star game. I thought he was at his house in Jersey somewhere in his basement.
Dude, one of the funniest things about Kyrie, I used to talk about it all the time. It is probably when he was on the Celtics, what, 2 years ago?
Yeah.
I thought it was fucked up, but like now that I'm removed from it, I think it's pretty funny. He walked into where the Celtics play. He talked to every season ticket holder.
Oh, and he said,
I will gladly come back if you guys take me. And these people bought tickets. They rebought tickets. They were like, yo, I'm going to see Kyrie for 5 years. They're like, this is wild, man. And then he was like, yo, I'm out of here. These people are racist. I'm like, yeah, good call, dude.
In his defense, though, he kind of chose his hometown like favorite team.
Absolutely.
You know?
That's another thing too. I think that's kind of I think that's horseshit. I think that's bullshit. He's a Knick fan, dude. I don't care what anybody says.
He's from Jersey. He's a Nets fan.
I know, but he's a Knick fan, dude.
No, he's not.
All right, so you guys follow baseball at all, bro? Marcus Stroman came to the Mets, and he's from out in Long Island, and he's a diehard Yankee fan. He came to the Mets, and he was so upset he didn't go to the Yankees. They asked him, they were like, "Oh, did you grow up a Met fan?" He goes, "Yeah, I'm a big New York like baseball fan." I'm like, dude, you're a Yankee fan. Like, you don't want to be here. Like, we got it. Like, I think Kyrie is. My boy went to school with him, like at Duke. Like, he said that he used to, because he used to chill with him every now and then. His name is Phil Sidergalu. Shout him out. But he basically told me, he's like, yeah, I used to chill with him a couple times. He's kind of a weird guy. You know what I mean? He's kind of like a quirky dude. Like, and it was one of those things where, yo, imagine Kyrie at Duke. Ironically, he fits in perfectly, bro, with these kids. Like, bro, I could see Kyrie chilling with all the Plumlee brothers in one night. Like, gladly. No questions asked, dude.
Yo, what do you think it was that led to Kyrie not showing up to that?
Oh, to his interview.
Yeah, or like whatever happens with Kyrie where he just goes, hey, well, what was it this time?
He didn't show up to his interview, some like all-star obligation thing. And they said, remember he requested the Kobe Bryant logo change? Mm-hmm. I was assuming he didn't show up because Adam Silver said, no, we're not doing it. So I thought we'd not see him for another 2 months. And, God knows where Kyrie is.
And you don't think it will change?
No, I don't.
All right. Now, the only reason why I do think it will change is because I feel like Jerry West is going to come out and be like, guys, it's fine. Like, it's really fine.
Yo,
like,
think
it's
about
not
it,
that big
though,
of a deal.
He did speak on, I don't know if he spoke on Kobe, but I think previously they said to change to like Jordan. And he said that he didn't like having the attention of being on the logo. He said he didn't like it.
Yo, remember how you slandered mad athletes coming on the pod? Jerry West, though, like, you can have a better logo.
But at the time, it was fine. Like, I got that.
Bro, he's like 1-9 in the finals.
Can we be honest? Why the fuck is he the logo?
All right, so here's the thing. The only reason why I think he is the logo is because he was on one of the most prominent basketball teams of all time, and he was the point guard. There's no other reason. Like, I don't think there's another reason.
I have another reason.
Yo, can you do me a favor, Alan? Can you check? I think he's the only guy to ever win MVP on a losing team.
Oh, yeah, that's probably true. Yeah,
I'm pretty
I
sure
know. Well, he definitely did win MVP on a losing team. I don't know if he's the only guy. I don't know if he's the only guy.
I mean, like on the finals.
No, I know that. I don't know if he's the only guy, though. I think that might have happened.
I think that
before.
might be one of his like claim to fame.
I feel like it might have been like also like Kareem on the Bucks when he was just like in the finals.
But
like,
I know why he's on the logo.
Why?
He's just he's white. He's mad generic.
Yeah.
They just took a generic ass like position.
Yep.
Like everyone needs to dribble like that.
Yep.
It's just a white ass generic thing. There's
I agree.
no specialness to it.
100%.
Like, that looks like basketball, I guess. He's not doing a Euro step.
Bro, do you remember being a kid and looking at the logo and being like, "That, Mom, that's me.
Yo,
like that's me.
exactly.
I shouldn't be able to say that."
That's every little kid in America.
Exactly.
That's the default NBA 2K player.
Bro, that's the created player dribble.
Yep.
You know, before you customize your guy in a game, it's generic as hell. That's why.
Yeah, he won. That was it. Yeah, Alan confirmed that too. So yeah,
I think the only thing that kills me too is that
Kobe
obviously
would be fire, bro.
Kobe passing made it like relevant that he would need to be the logo. The fact that even before Kobe passed, the fact that Jordan wasn't the logo is the scariest shit I've ever seen in my life. Like, that's a crime. And I know, like, business-wise, it probably isn't good business to change the logo. You have a bunch of jerseys. You have a bunch of hats. You have a bunch of, like, merchandise that straight up are just, like, the same logo. Like, all of a sudden, it's going to be obsolete. But
Nah, not really, though. Think about this. How many times do companies, like, Reebok has the jerseys, and then it's, like, Adidas, and then Nike.
Yeah.
and then all of a sudden those become like hardwood classics, or they become vintage.
Yeah.
So I think like Josh has a bunch of Washington like Redskin gear, and now I'm like, yo, that shit is vintage, bro. Like 6 months ago,
I had
you were able to buy it. Now you can't.
I have a what's it called jersey. When I was like 17 or 18, I bought it for like $300 because I had a pair of Dunks that went with it, but I got the Michael Jordan Bullets jersey. Ooh. Bro, and it was like a Bullets jersey, like a Washington Bullets.
The white one, right?
Yeah. And I'll never forget, I had it, never wore it. I was like, I'm not wearing this. Like, this is fucking, like, this is like pristine. Like, he never was on the Bullets.
It's fire.
Yeah, he never was on the Bullets.
Do you remember he wore like the Jordan, the True Blue 3s with those?
Yeah.
And it was like, he looked like Jesus stepping on the court. I was looking at it like this motherfucker.
People really used to comment all the time on his kick game with the Bulls. Bro, he wore some of his best sneakers with the Wizards. Like some of his best. Bro, remember when this guy would get on the court with like the 17s or the 18s, and like you're looking at them, and you're like in fucking 2004, you're like, bro, this guy's rocking spaceships on his feet. Yeah. Like it's the weirdest shit ever.
Yo, I'm glad that we pivoted into sneakers, because one of the things that I really wanted to talk about was with you. I didn't know, no disrespect, I didn't know that you were a sneakerhead also.
No. Bro, he's got some game to him.
He got some juice too.
He's been around, yeah.
He's been around. Okay. Well, after he told us, like, you guys started going on.
I love kicks, dude.
So we're in a group chat, us three, because I've been setting up this podcast for a while, because like, you know, to give you guys your flowers.
So is that why we're in the group chat? When this ends, are we done with the group chat?
Yeah,
no. I was about to say, that's what you're implying.
Like
I don't like that.
Tramps.
I don't like that one bit, dude. A bunch of tramps on the grassy knoll.
Leaves the conversation.
Yeah, I was about to say.
But yo, like you guys, I've said this to you individually, and I've said it on the pod too. You guys show the most love to me.
Oh yeah,
across the board. It's mad genuine. That's why I was.
Cheers.
When I was like, when I wanted to do the pod, I was like, yo, you know, I want to do a pod for my birthday. Let's record it a little bit in advance. I was like, I couldn't have two better guests to come on for that. And we were kind of just putting the show together. Like, you know, I got a list over here to break the fourth wall, break kayfabe.
Yeah.
We barely touched on anything.
Good.
Conspiracies and 9/11 was not one of the topics that I had in mind.
You weren't planning on talking about that.
I mean, I was definitely planning on talking about it. I was in the car like, I can't wait
He
to
was driving.
Dude, I was going 90, and I was like, bro, if these guys don't hear about JFK, I'm going to fucking kill somebody, right? Like, are you nuts?
Yo, so one thing that happened earlier this week, because you're the biggest sneakerhead that I know. Again, no disrespect.
No, he's bigger than me, dude. His kick game traveled into his 20s. Mine stopped at about like 21.
Sometimes,
22. You know what I mean? His traveled though, and not only did his travel, I would see him post shit like, and bro, he's like the only guy I would ever like gas on Instagram. I would hit him up like in his DMs and be like, bro, what a fit. I'd be like, what a fucking
Zav slid into my DM so many
multiple times. One time, I never forget, I was so like stoned off my ass. He posted a picture of like a full-blown outfit with nice kicks. I wrote something to him and he wrote something back to me, and like the next morning I was like, damn, did I hit this kid up? Like, it was like 1 o'clock in the morning. I was like, bro, did I just comment on his appearance? I go, bro, chill out. I'm like,
you got a drip, bro.
Thank you.
Oh,
you put outfits together?
I will say this.
Are you going to tell him about the vest?
Yeah, yes, dude, yes. I'm so, listen, this is the only kid, I swear on my life, I was probably like 16, 17 years old.
We were all like 16.
All right, so it had to be Facebook.
Hold on, what year were you born? 93?
92. I'm your age.
No.
You're older.
Oh,
93,
93.
91.
Yeah. So I'll never forget, he was the first kid I ever saw like properly rock the Burberry vest. Like I've never seen it done where I thought to myself, like, I've never looked at somebody rocking a Burberry vest and be like, oh, like, cool. You know what I mean? I've never seen that. Him, I saw it, and I'm not even kidding. Like, probably like 4 months later, I bought a Burberry watch because of that. Like, I'm not even kidding. No exaggeration. I can completely admit that. No problem. I bought and it wasn't even like a fresh one. It was like a $300 Burberry one with like, it looked like a woman's. Like, it was like a thin strap, you know, but I was just like, bro, he rocked that shit so well that I'm like, dude, this kid is just like on a different planet.
Bro, he goes, yo, you're a fucking legend with that vest on right now,
dude,
bro.
I'm not even kidding. I was so amped up.
Legend gets a little complicated when we use
legend.
he
meant it in the good way. It's like, yo, you're a fucking legend with that vest.
But yo, dude, with the sneakers, some shit happened where the CEO or a president, like, tell us a little bit about the story, because I thought of you immediately.
I could chime in on that too. I love that. That was a great story.
I don't know her name. You know her name? I forget her name.
No, she was like an executive VP at like.
She had a solid position. And you know, before I touch on all of this, the shameful part in all of it is, you know, being a woman. I feel like not many women in the sneaker industry like get positions like that and are successful. To have her son's stupidity just like tarnish that and everything she worked for is kind of terrible.
She also made a decent living. So like
Yeah.
it was one of those things where like, you know, when your parents like you're a kid and your parents are like, yeah, just put it on my card. Like this kid fucked up her life.
Yeah, she
like
had to
her
resign.
reputation. She had no clue.
Right.
And like at the end of the day, you kind of sit there and you're like, oh, how did you not know? But then it's like, yo, she probably knew something.
She knew. She knew.
She probably
the kid
knew
was
something.
successful with what he did.
Yeah.
Did she know though?
I think she might have known to an extent.
He used her discount.
Yeah.
Every purchase, he used her discount.
All right, so the discount I actually don't have a problem with. Also, the being able to get exclusive kicks, I kind of don't have a problem with either because like he probably was paying for it.
This is my take on it. You've never done some off the wall shit that your parents don't know about?
Oh no, dude, absolutely. It just his was like a couple $100,000.
But
yeah,
it tarnished her whole well-being.
Yeah.
Like,
No, I
her
agree with
reputation
you on
too.
that.
Yeah,
But I'm saying like the idea that she didn't know, I
think she knew. I think she knew.
So there was a couple things that I feel like she definitely didn't know. There were a couple times where he got kicks that were like they were like exclusive to the point where only 180 pairs were made. So like there was a point in time where he was getting like 70 of them and then reselling them. And like it was like, you know, when you used to get like one of those like cards and it said like 45 out of 60 or 45 out of 100.
Bro, that painting that's on the floor right now,
Yeah.
I've shouted it out on like 4 straight podcasts. It's supposed to be up there.
Yeah.
It just keeps falling.
Yeah.
There's only 300 of those.
Exactly. Yeah.
So I don't want to fuck it up. Like if you look
Yeah.
at that top right corner right now, it's already chipped. I'm like, yeah, how many times? It's fallen like 7 or 8 times. I'm like, listen, the 9th time it's gonna fall, it's gonna crack, it's gonna shred.
So
fucking
that's
Eli
where
Manning
I
in the middle.
fault. That's where I fault him at, and that's also where I fault the mother at. If the mom's in the sneaker game as well as she is, she knows what's. It's not like she's in a sneaker game and goes, "Oh, you kids and your sneakers." She knows what the fuck these things are. She gets reports. She knows what they are.
she was seeing this kid with. I mean, did she see him with 70 pairs? Like, it has to ring a bell. You
So
know?
all right, now here's the thing though. Your dad has been in the food industry in most of his entire adult life, right? If you showed up at the house with like a whole bunch of food, like your dad's not going to sit there and be like, how'd the fuck this kid get it? His mom's in the sneaker game. His mom's like, how'd this kid get sneakers? I know how he got them. I do this for a living. You know what I mean? And he used the discount.
What was your initial take on this? Because you're someone that wakes up early to wait on the internet to get sneakers and shit. Like, because I thought of people like you who take L's on the sneaker app.
You know, it's weird. It all makes sense though if you think about it. Like, you know, the people getting sneakers, it helps Nike.
Yeah, of course.
Like the less pairs that are out there, it helps Nike. They're gonna be sold at whatever. It helps Nike. They say that there's more people that do that within.
Oh, I wouldn't doubt that.
Within the business. And
did you feel justified at all though? Because the amount of times you've woken up at 5 a.m. and lost out on a pair and been like, "Yo, I know these fuckers are scheming, dude. I know that's why I'm not."
You know
getting
this
it.
when you lose, you get that angry where you rant about it. It's funny because I would ask my girlfriend to help me. And she's like, bro, I'm not like getting up early to watch you lose. Like
my boy Mateo hits me up sometimes. He goes, "Yo, I'm trying to get these kicks. Like, can you?" And I would wake up for him and I did it twice for him. And like the second time, I was like, dude, I don't think I've ever met anybody who's gotten kicks like this. Like, I don't think I've ever.
People, I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I've won 2 like good.
So
pairs.
can you explain to me the process of it? Like, you have to win them.
And that's the funny part.
You win a spot, right? Like
the
you win a
funniest part is
like
you
a
don't win
reservation.
nothing.
Yeah.
You pay for it. You don't win anything.
Yeah.
I was telling my mom about this. I on the sneakers app I got the off-white 5s, right? The dark ones. So I ran upstairs. I was like, "Yo, Ma, I just won the off-white 5s. I just won the off-white 5s." She's like, "Oh, great, you won them?" I'm like, "Yeah." So when I tell her like, "Oh yeah, I paid for that," she's like, "I thought you won them."
Yeah, exactly.
You don't win them. It's just it's so hard to get the pair. You pay for them.
You're winning a reservation for the
You're
spot.
winning. You're
Like,
winning
that's
the ability to buy it.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is
You're winning the
literally-
ability to buy it.
All right, this is
which is really scary when you think about it.
But-
When you say it out loud,
Like,
it's
yo,
really
I
scary.
won. You didn't win. You're buying it.
Yeah.
Okay, so I have more questions now.
What?
So I woke up early for the Grinch Kobe's.
Yeah.
Never done that before.
Okay.
Right?
How that worked? It was a draw, I believe.
You want to know how it worked? I had my laptop there. I had both monitors on. One was on Google Chrome. The other was on Safari.
Yeah.
And then I had my laptop. And I think the release went at 10 a.m. I was like, yo, it's like 9:30. I got in there. I'm waiting. Nothing. Got so bad that one of the kids, shout out to Jordan Riley. He's in the Discord. He's a Patreon member. He's from Wales. Hits me up. He's like, yo, the sale for us international.
Comes out like 3 hours earlier.
No, it's like 3 or 4 days later.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
He's like, yo, if you want, I'll try to get them for you. What is your size? I'm like, yo, I'm a 9.5.
That's dope of him.
Like, and he's like, yo, I'll buy them for you, and then I'll send them to you. You send me the money, like, no problem. he took an L. So I took an L on like 3 different monitors.
Bro, you took an international L.
That's different.
That's tough, dude.
Oh yeah.
That's an American L is one thing.
You know what I
a Welsh one? Oof, dude.
So you win a spot.
Yeah, like you. All right,
He nailed it. You won a spot to have the right to buy.
you win the
it.
ability.
Tell me the
You win the
process.
ability to
So
purchase.
say for example, I love the Flint 13s.
Okay.
Right. They go on sale tomorrow. What's
Okay,
the
they're on the
process
Nike
like?
sneakers app, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so it goes 2 ways. They'll do a draw, right? Now a draw is there's a 10-minute window where you could put your info in, enter in to purchase it, and then after it expires, they'll randomly pick, and then they'll say, you've purchased the what do you call it? Or it could be fucking Fusion Frenzy, where it's just try to buy the damn thing, and you're re-entering your thing and uploading it and punching yourself in the head and yelling at this one, and so it goes 2 ways. But like we say, we win. You didn't win it. You bought it. Just you got the ability. You know, they let you buy it. That's your win. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Now it makes sense.
It's
when
so
I
hard to
see
get, just-
screenshots of.
Got him, or people post a shoe and got him. It's like I won.
Imagine winning
bought
tickets
it.
to the Super Bowl and they're like, yeah, $500 a piece, dude.
That's it.
That's
You
literally
didn't-
what it is. That's all
You didn't
it
win.
is.
You paid for the shoe. You bought the shoe. You didn't win,
Yo, sneaker culture is that exclusive?
bro.
It is, but also, dude, that's the one thing that kills me too. Is like I feel like with anything, like everybody like has the hype beast in every facet of life, in every avenue. The one thing that killed me was I used to go on the forums. I used to go on ISS
Like Nike
forums,
Talk and-
ISS forums
what was
all
it,
the
Soul
time.
Collector
Yeah,
or
Soul
what?
Collector,
Yeah.
all that shit. And like those were cool because like you kind of see a community, like you're able to communicate with people, and you're kind of
Do me a favor, tilt that mic a little bit closer. Yeah.
That was before Instagram. And
yeah, and you're also able to like speak to people. Like that's the cool part about like the sneaker community. You've been to Dunk Exchange?
yeah.
Bro, I've been to like 3 dunk exchanges, and like it's like one of the craziest things in the world to see how everybody was so hyped to see each other, because it's like meeting up with your friends on the internet that you never met, like us. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was like such a cool thing to do. Now it's such an isolated thing getting sneakers, and it's like it's straight up like you wear them twice, and like yo, a lot of these sneakers like they're cool, but like you can't retro the same thing 7 times.
Right.
Like I have motocross like 4s. And like somebody was like, yeah, you know, they're coming out again. I'm like, all right, cool. Like I'm not gonna get them again. Like I had them like 2007.
Well, that's
like,
the thing with me, bro. Like I buy sneakers, I wear them.
I wear mine all the time. That's why I don't buy them
I know
the way
you do,
anymore.
too.
I do, but I'll wear them and like I'll just be extremely careful.
Of course, I'm careful too. I'm not
Yeah.
wearing them to play fucking pickup basketball,
Like
but
my
I wear 'em.
girlfriend knows I love sneakers a lot. Like that's my thing, and she'll buy me like expensive ones. And she's bought me pairs from like 2 years ago. I plan on wearing them. I'll just be like, nah, not now. Someone might step on my shoes.
Yo, hold on.
I'd be like, wait a minute.
Hold on.
I calculate it well.
There was one time your brother wanted to wear your sneakers, and it was like 4 feet of snow.
No. That's not your family for that. That's,
I had to break up a fight with
My
him.
brother
and his
pushed me into the wall mad.
that's not your family anymore. That moment, no, that's not your family.
They were like Raptor 7s. And
No,
he's like, yo,
no,
it was snowing. Like, yo, I'm gonna go walk to the bowling
my
alley.
brother wore my Olympic 7s, like literally straight up Olympic 7s that I got probably like 3 weeks earlier. I wore them twice, once while I got them, and then another time out. And I remember he wore them, and I looked at him and I said, "Dude, you know what those are?" He goes, "Yeah, the sneakers." And I go, "Dude, like, I get it. You don't like them.
Yeah.
That's fine. Like, it's not your thing." I go, "Those are $350 sneakers. Like." I go, please take them off. Not only take them off, you have a fatter foot than me. You're stretching them out, and you're really making me uncomfortable right now. And I used to hate that shit.
I feel
dude.
that.
What's the worst sneaker experience for you? As far as like wearing them, you ever like step in shit or?
You want to laugh? Do you remember the countdown packs?
Yeah, of course. I had the DMPs.
Yo, you know how upset I am that I never got to experience that when I had money.
You listen. The one thing that
Like it would be like the 8 and 15s. Like they
yeah.
would all add
So
up
we
to
got
20.
I got
Oh my
the
God,
Concords
so
and
fire,
the
bro.
Concords and the what's it called, the 6s.
Bro,
yeah,
that's probably the
that
coolest
was the
one.
best pack.
It
But then
was.
they retroed that too.
Yeah.
And I was just like, I'm not getting these again.
But
Like
it wasn't me. I have a few. I'm probably just not thinking of any, but I did it to my brother. I think the Hair 7s were the shoe.
yes, they were.
So
Yeah.
we were in the city, and it like we were going to the city, and it was raining while we were in the train. It stopped when we got out. I was wearing Aqua 8s, right?
Yeah.
He was wearing the Hair 7s, and we were walking. The floor was wet, bro. I stepped on the Hair 7 shoe, and that nubuck material with a
No.
wet shoe,
Hate
it
that.
left the print of my shoe on top of his shoe. I looked down and the shoe was tarnished.
That must have been miserable for him,
bro.
But that's what he gets for trying to put your shoes on.
Yo, it was bad. I felt really bad.
Have you ever actually been rocking your shoes and all of a sudden like the sole will just come right off and like you kind of sit there and you're like, wow, like you've had them for like 3 years.
That's if you're wearing like an older shoe. Usually that don't happen. Well, no, that never happened to me actually.
I had a pair of what was it? I told you I had the Laney 5s, but then like I remember getting rid of them and going like, all right, like I have a big foot, so like Laney 5s are boats. They're huge. So I remember like I used to focus more on like the 9s and like the 8s. I had chrome 8s. Like everybody was getting aquas and I found like a pair of chromes just a cop. And I remember rocking them and like the actual design part. I remember like being on the train going to the city. And I remember like scraping it against the side of like the seat,
and it started to crumble.
And yeah, dude, and you just see the scratch. It's like you're getting your car key, car keyed. Yeah. So like I remember looking at it and I go like, dude, I just spent like so much money on these to be destroyed, and then they became like beater kicks, and like that's when sneakers have an evolution to it. I like the reason why I always talk to you about kicks though is because you liked, and like not to be corny, but like you like the art of a sneaker, the shape, you like the color, like it's a whole structure.
That's the thing.
Dude.
You see how he said how many times are they gonna retro?
Yeah, like bro, like it's hard, man. I don't want
retro
that
a
shit.
shoe, and I'll look at it like that's not it. You know,
it's a
like,
different shape, bro. Like the heel will be a different shape. The toe is wider. The toe is thinner.
And
it's
it'll
more
just
narrow.
drive me insane.
It's insane. Dude.
I need it to be like the cement 3s you have, right?
Yeah.
Bro, I'm just waiting for the day. They released them a few times after you bought them. And, you know, yours has the Jordan logo on the back.
Yeah, ours had Nike Air.
Now they put Nike Air like it did.
To bring it back, which I fucking hate, dude.
In 88, which I love that shit.
No, I hate it. You know why? Because I used to cop those, and I used to get the OGs, and you knew they were OG if they had Nike Air.
Because that.
Now you don't know if they're OG.
Wait, there's still ways to tell. Like, if he was wearing a pair of OGs, I
we
can
can
tell right away.
Yeah, we can tell. Yeah.
See, now, like that. Now, I have the newest pair, right? Because I can't find a pair in my size from back then, or the sole's demolished.
Yeah.
You got to get a new sole. It's just, it's a lot of, it's headache. But like the elephant print on the front will be thinner, the ankle will be way thinner, the tongue will be different.
Yep.
It's just there's so many things.
The old 3s and the 4s were always like the 4s kind of stay the same because you can't really mess it up.
You notice the toe is always much thinner.
It is, and
it's
also
like not like a.
The one thing I hated about the 3s is every time they retro them. The original 3s used to look like a lunchbox. It used to be a square. It literally just used to be a square. And then all of a sudden, as they kept on retroing it, you watched it get more compacted. And I'm like, it takes away from the shoe. Like I used to love that picture of Jordan with the 3s on, like the fire red 3s, like in a red Bulls jersey. I'm like, bro, this is fucking lit. I can't wait for them
to bring that back. I could talk about this for hours.
I had the one pair that I always loved that I wish got more love in the sneaker game was I love the Oreo 4s, and now they're coming out with the reverse Oreos, and like I don't want to rock them, like I don't really care, but like the Oreo 4s were crazy.
They are.
Yo, the worst thing that happened to me with sneakers was I just went to the bathroom and I was looking to see which one of my ankles I burned because the 3s that I used to have don't have them anymore. They're super crusty.
Oh, yeah.
And I feel even worse hearing these stories about like how exclusive they were, especially when you put them over like I was Daniel Bryan and WrestleMania.
What 3s?
Bro, I used to have the cement 3s.
My
uncle gave them to me. He's like, yo, I bought
3s.
these like back in the day.
Yeah.
They were mint. Dude, one time I'm not working in the city, but I went to the city at my dad's job, and we used to have this dude, Rodrigo, who worked with my pops. And the iced coffee, you fill up the coffee from that day, and then you put it in the fridge, and then you have iced coffee the next day, behind the scenes stuff. Bro, I went into the cart just to grab something from the top, and in the milk gallon, he put the iced coffee, flaming hot iced coffee. He put it like behind me. Bro, I'm grabbing something and I take a step back, Zav, and I step in the gallon. And it squirts out the fucking coffee, steaming hot, all over my entire calf.
No.
Fucked up my Jordans.
You guys fired it. You fired him, right?
Nah, we didn't fire him.
You ruined my sneakers. Get the fuck out of here.
But bro, I had like 2nd-degree burns on. I still have scars on it, but I'm just too lazy to like actually look exactly which foot it was that I had the scar on. But my sneakers ended up getting fried.
Yeah.
Like cooked.
Listen, the one thing that sucks about that too is like, imagine, like, listen, if somebody damages my car, like, the reaction I have is like astronomical.
Bro, I bought white Dunks one time.
Yeah.
And my little cousin, who now is 21, so she was fucking, I was like 22, so she was like 13 or 14, came over to hug me, scuffed them.
No.
Like, and I mean like as if the fucking, like a tire from a bicycle, just like it was,
it's like a daughter. It's like a little daughter
Bro,
dancing with her father at a wedding, and she's like standing on his feet.
Bro,
like,
I did the whole like I was sucking on my thumb and fucking.
Yeah.
I asked for Clorox, like it was done.
That's terrible.
Did you ever? What's it called? I for like 3-4 years, I was so stupid. I would stick. Did you stick like tissue in the
yeah,
toe?
So you didn't crease.
So you didn't crease.
So you didn't crease.
I used to do that to Air Force Ones.
Yes!
Yeah, dude.
Oh, no, I never did.
Bro, I used to buy it. Listen, I'm a size 13 shoe. All right, I used to buy a size. I have a fat foot, so like I'm a size 12. But like I would buy a size 13 so I can stick toilet paper in there, make sure it doesn't crease, and then still have enough room for my foot.
Bro, I used to do the opposite.
Oh my god!
I was a size 10. I was buying like 8.5s.
Oh, so it didn't crease, right?
So it didn't crease.
Yeah. Eventually, all of a sudden, you start Flintstoning your ass places and fucking toes.
Eventually, it's
out.
like anytime I would take off those sneakers, my feet felt like they were in heaven.
Yep.
There was just like, oh my god, the
Like,
freedom.
you ever saw that episode of SpongeBob when he's driving boating school and he pops his toe out and he touches the pedal? Like that's you walking around Brian.
Bro,
Like,
so dumb, so dumb that happened.
yeah,
That's bad.
sneakers.
Now let me ask you:
what a world.
Is that almost as bad as your shooting percentage with you know who or?
Oh man, we have to go there.
It's a
Yo,
question.
you watch the NBA, right?
Yeah, occasionally. Yeah.
Occasionally. You know the Game 7 that the Warriors and Rockets had that year that Chris Paul got hurt?
Yeah.
Where they were up 3-2 in the Western Conference Finals,
Yeah.
and then Chris Paul gets hurt, and then they lose Game 7.
Yep.
But the Rockets missed 27 straight
It
threes.
was like a historic thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My shooting percentage with this girl that I've had a crush on since like 2014 would make that look like a Hall of Fame.
That's bad.
That's bad, right?
That's
I'm
bad.
talking about like, I'm like 0 for 89.
So you didn't even get to the line or anything, right? So these are just contested. These are not even contested shots.
Bro, these are Dylan is at the top of the key, and I'm waving wide open.
Yeah.
He throws me the ball. I have enough time to catch it,
Set your feet and then.
dribble, do the Jason Kidd.
Oh wow.
So you're basically like a 7-footer who the defense is. You're not even drawing out the big right now,
Yo,
right?
you know that one finals where like Harrison Barnes, Game 7 went like 0 for 11 from 3, and the Cavs were like, please shoot, please shoot.
And then the next year he got an $84 million contract.
by the Kings. Yeah. Well, I was basically Harrison Barnes.
Good for you.
They're begging me to shoot.
Good for you.
Without
Green
the
light,
$84 million contract.
Without
for you.
$84 million and without hitting a single shot.
Bro, you know what the best part is though is that like I'm a glutton from punishment. Like just keep shooting. Bro, just keep
It's
shooting.
in my nature.
Bro, just keep, because guess what? You're already so bad. You know what I mean?
What else could happen?
Like, what's going to happen? Somebody's going to be like, oh, yeah, that guy did okay. He really redeemed himself. Bro,
Yeah.
just keep shooting. Just fucking keep shooting. Not only keep shooting from the hip. Don't even look at anybody to pass. Just keep shooting.
Yo, what's the worst way you've ever gotten rejected?
Oh, God.
Ooh, this is juicy.
Yeah.
All right, you want to laugh?
I do.
wanna laugh?
I
After
definitely
just
do.
burying myself,
Yeah,
I
I
definitely want
definitely
to.
One time, I was in a club. I forgot what club it was.
Noah.
No, it wasn't Noah. I think it was in Central.
Yeah.
I think it was Central.
Oh, my goodness.
Even better.
I think it
So
was.
you were a little bit older, too. So
Yeah,
this
I
is
was
probably, this
older.
hurts a little
I
more
was of
than.
age. So I was looking at a girl and like she looked familiar. Like I saw this girl before, right? And she was pretty, whatever. So I'm sitting there. I'm like, I don't know if I should go talk to this girl. She's just chilling there, by the bar. I'm like, what's the worst that could happen, So as I'm walking, I'm like, what do I say? But she looked very familiar. So I was saying like maybe she like knows me because I felt like I really knew who this was. Get ready for this one. Walked over. I was like, I guess it was just the line I used, typical. But I was like, hey, like I'm sorry to bother you, but you look extremely familiar. Like we've met before, bro. I was hoping for a yeah, you do too. You know what she did? She had her friend next to her. She went and walked away.
Oh, no. That's tough. I'd rather you say no. Don't laugh at me.
She was like it was like a.
I'd rather you say no.
But she genuinely looked familiar.
Yeah.
So maybe she knew who I was and thought I was a dweeb.
Yeah.
Like I don't know what's worse. Was I whack or was I a dweeb? What's worse?
Dude, also, listen, that's not... At least you're rejected, though. That's the thing, too. Like, people keep on talking about rejection stories, and they talk about it as if, like, you took a shot, though. Bro, in college, I legit asked the girl out. Like, I told her, I was like, do you want to get dinner? She's like, yeah. I was like 22. Mm-hmm. Took her to dinner, paid for her meal, talked to her the entire time. She goes, all right, like, you know, let's head back home. I said, okay, you know, I was like, you want me to drop you off anywhere? She's like, yeah, drop me off with my friends. Drop her off, go in for a kiss. She gives me the cheek. She goes, all right, I'll text you later. Gets out of the car, dude right there, just starts making out with him. That was her friend. That was her friend. I drove her to her appointment. I fed her. I was her transport. I was Uber Eats. I was straight up Uber Eats, dude. As a college student, I sat to I'm not even kidding. I went home, said to my mother, I said, Mom, I'm going to be honest. If I fail econ, it's because I didn't go. It's because I could not go. Like, she was in my class. I was like, bro, like, I can't go to this.
That's horrible.
I think we had like 12 classes left. I went to 4 of them. I banked in like 4. I was like, dude, I can't see this girl again. And then like 3 years later, we graduated together. It was one of those things where she would look through me. She didn't know I existed. So it was just like something that was really important to me.
Yeah.
Like, I was just a notch. Like, I was just nothing. I was a meal one day.
I got a better one.
I don't think you do.
No,
That's bad.
I mean, he
This
probably
is good.
does.
I got like, I basically got hazed in front of an entire sorority.
Yikes.
Oh.
So I'm at Buffalo State. It's my freshman year. And I played on the football team. So I saw a girl that played on. I was a kicker, though. But I was lit, though. I won intramurals.
Listen,
Intramurals, I was a quarterback, and I was lighting dudes up. And it was like the whole football team, like other guys, too. They're like, yo, the kicker. I was like, bro, I'm not a kicker. Like, my charisma is not a kicker.
Yeah.
I'm just a kicker right now. You know what I'm saying?
Listen, finish your story, because after that, I'm going to ask him a question about you and kicking. So just, you finish your story.
All right. So, yo, listen, I go to like one of my buddies played on the men's soccer team. So they did like a girls soccer team, boys soccer team party. So I go over there, and there was a girl who was like really fucking, like, she was beautiful. So we start talking and shit, and then I'm like, yo, she's feeling me, I think, you know, we're having a good time. So I go, yo, I would like to grab lunch with you sometimes. Like, what's your number? You know what she said to me? 19.
Oh, her number.
Oh, man. Oh, that.
And I was like, wait, what? She's like, I wear number 19. Turned away, left.
Ooh.
I was just like, yo, I don't know if I should be.
I'm going to be honest with you.
That's kind of fire.
Right, I'm going to be honest with you.
Yo, listen, I'm talking about her on the podcast.
That's
Great
fire.
girl, by the way.
I'd rather that than be told. Like, I'd rather that than
But
be
yo,
like,
she was like 19, and I was like 19. She's like, that's my number, and then just left.
Damn, dude.
I was just like,
You know what the crazy part about that is? She probably practiced that in the mirror,
Easily.
waiting for a dude. I'm
Easily.
19.
That's like in. That's
I'm
like
19.
you know who the dude was?
She probably said in the mirror, I'm 19.
I'm 19 and hair flip,
and
hair
then did
flip
it
and
another
just
way.
dead.
I'm
Yeah.
19.
Yeah.
Damn, son.
You know what's crazy though? Like,
I'm never gonna forget that moment. That's like the
You shouldn't.
coolest. That's
You
like the
shouldn't.
coolest,
That's like
wackest way
movie.
to
That's
get
like a
rid-
movie scene.
That's like, what's it called? Remember forgetting Sarah Marshall when he's like, yeah, man, you know, when I moved out here, I stopped wearing a watch. He's like, yeah, my phone tells the time now. And he's just like, oh, I thought you were trying to be like cool about it. Like, he's like, yeah, I don't need a watch. My phone just tells the time. Like, that's like, so talking about kicking, this is your boy, right? Like a childhood friend.
Yeah.
You're telling me that this scrub like couldn't just straight up try out for a football team as a kicker?
Look at me.
Bro, but like, all right, that's what gets me tight though. Is like, I'm not even kidding. There was like a full week where I hazed this man. I text him and I would send him like videos because he'd post the videos of him kicking. I'm like, bro, you're knocking these down from like 52 yards. I'm like, it's cool that you're doing this for the gram and shit, but like, why don't you just send this to a team, bro? Like, I'm watching Cody Parkey double doink fucking field goals. Like, are you kidding me? Like, bro, what are you doing?
Yo, you know, my friends were gonna pay for me to fly to Chicago because Goose Island is from Chicago. One of my favorite beers.
Yeah.
They were doing an open trial. Whoever could hit a 42-yard field goal was gonna get free Goose Island for a whole year.
Wow.
But it ended up being like 9 degrees, snow, and you have to wait for 6 hours.
So you're soft.
And you had one.
That's all I'm hearing.
He was going to do it for Goose Island, not an NFL contract.
He'll do it for a year-long supply of beer, but won't be like, like I'm an NFL kicker. Like, bro, you could have been Pat McAfee 2.0, 3.0, because his show is 2.0.
Yeah.
But like, you could have literally been just Pat McAfee. And instead, you're sitting there like, bro, I got like 400 views on this, like on my story. It's like, dude, like, do you understand you're fucking nailing 60-yard field goals? Like, I'm pretty sure one of them was like barefoot. I'm like, dude, you're a fucking weirdo, dude. I'm like, what is wrong with you? I'm like, bro, send this to somebody.
Nah,
I'm like,
yeah,
what are you doing?
you're kind of right about that.
It's just, it gets me tight, dude. Like, it's like one of those people who are like, you ever see somebody who's like 6'9" in real life and like they work in a cube?
Yeah.
And you're like, what happened?
Yeah.
You're like, what happened? Like, I feel so bad for them too, because you're like, you had one job. It was to be somewhat of an athlete.
You were here for this, yeah.
You were here for one thing. Like, imagine a 6'9" accountant. Like, I don't want you doing my books.
Well, that's the funny joke that I always make. Like, when I'll post workout videos where like I'll bench 155, I'll squat 185, and it's like I'm just doing it to like a nice little workout. And then they're like, "Yo, that's all you bench? That's all you squat?" It's like, "Yeah, dude, I flip eggs and do a podcast. Like, I don't want to be squatting 425. Like, I feel like there's no.
You know what the most manliest thing is that you do is you roll. That's keeping yourself in shape. You know how good that is for your heart, bro. I did it like twice. I'll never forget when I was like 19. I did that twice, and like just straight up like Brazilian jiu-jitsu. Like I went to 2 classes, and I said, I'm going to have a heart attack. I go, I can't do this. I go, first of all, I was mad insecure because I was like, bro, I'm sweating. I definitely smell like shit. Mm-hmm. And I got a bunch of grease monkeys like wrapping their body around me. I'm like, can't do this. Second, dude, a 4-minute workout, like a 4-minute roll is like straight up like an hour of cardio.
Yeah, it's
like,
no joke, bro.
It's fucking insane, dude. Yeah. It's insane. And like, I'll never forget, like, I would see you do that. And I'm like, all right, dope. Me and him would talk all the time about like the gym and like working out. Bro, I'll be in the gym and like I'll bench press maybe like I'll put a 45 on each side and I'll do 90 reps. Like not in a row, but like I'll do sets. I'll do like 9 sets of 10. Mm-hmm. Because I'm sitting there, I'm like, bro, what am I doing? Like, what am I doing? I need to fucking deadlift 700 pounds? Like, why? Just in case a horse is in the road? Like, dead? Like, for what reason?
Yo, have you ever heard how much he used to weigh?
I know.
I mean, he used to see me too, so he knows. Bro, dude,
that's not crazy.
I lost a lot of weight, but at the same time, too, like, it was a benefit because like at being a big guy, I realized like I just want to be healthy. I don't give a shit about, bro. I got friends who are like who weighed $120 in high school who are like 200 pounds now and they bench like 400. I'm like, bro, that's great. Like you're literally like you work in the financial district. Yeah. Like you think I give a shit like how much you bench? Like if you want to be healthy, fine. But like I just wanted to be healthy. Like I didn't give a shit about how much you bench or how much you deadlift or all that. Like, bro, you understand, like, most of my workouts are resistant bands. Mm. Like, I feel like I feel like a woman, which is like, bro, I do woman workouts because, like, I just want to stay in shape. Like, and, bro, round is a shape. I'm trying to get in shape. Like, I don't want to fucking do all this shit. Like, bro, you want to bench press 325? I'm proud of you. Good for you.
Like, right now, I don't think I could. I don't think I can bench more than 45s, honestly.
How about this? Now. What's KD worth? Like 300 mil, maybe like 350, whatever it is.
Selling them short.
That man, I mean, with basketball wise, he's probably worth 300 mil, and then shoes and all that. Yeah. So he's probably worth, say, rounded off $500 million. That man went to the that man went to the combine. All right, that man went to the combine.
He dropped in the draft because he couldn't do 185.
They asked him to bench 185. This man is 7 feet tall. Do you understand what his wingspan is?
He could reach the ceiling from sitting down. Probably.
Bro, he was trying to bench press, and this man, it took him 5 minutes for it to travel down to his chest, and he wouldn't do it. He couldn't do it, and they were like, I don't know, man. KD doesn't seem like he has the strength for it. Like the guy's 7 feet tall. Like, you know, Michael Porter's like KD 2.0, but like he came out like strong. He came out like pretty built, and like he's not KD obviously, but like in terms of being built like that, dude, like these guys are worth millions and millions of dollars. Fucking NFL players, you got fucking offensive linemen who are bench pressing 400 pounds. And then you got like some QBs, like Tom Brady's running a 6'1" 40. Like, like it doesn't matter.
He's got like a dad bod.
Yo, is that like that in hockey too? Do guys fall in the draft because of their combine and like their physical tools?
Skills.
It's
and
like
all
that in
that.
every sport, you know. Just hockey, you know.
Because like, yo, you know who I think of? Pavel Datsyuk. You put me out to him. I'm like, yo, he was like the most gifted dude like of our generation. I mean.
You see, but what you're going to say is wrong. Say it. Go ahead.
I was going to say, he don't look like he's a physical specimen.
Bro, that guy on skates he was probably one of the strongest players
on
in the league.
Skates.
Well, that's the
case. He's probably one of the strongest guys in the league.
Have you ever seen Jaromir Jagr in person?
Bro, Jaromir Jagr has been taking the best PEDs of all time.
Bro, I don't know what he is, but like I'm looking at this guy, bro, this guy's a 50 fucking
being seen
feast,
with
man.
Fucking 25-year-old Swedish
He's a
models.
G,
now
man.
you look at them; they're not like it's weird because they're not like I'll bench press that strong or like I could kick your ass strong.
Yeah.
But when you put them on skates, it's like their posture and like legs and edges. They were like the strongest guys
in the most
league.
Heterosexual way possible. Hockey players have the strongest legs I've ever seen in my
Yo,
life. You think they're pads? That's just their thighs.
weird.
They got tree trunks.
I've been trying to. I don't know if I've asked you this before, but. If you're fast on skates, does that mean you're fast like a runner?
No. I don't think so. It's the same thing as swimming. If you're a fast swimmer, I don't think you can run that fast.
Yeah, but it's not the same action though. Where like skating, you're kind of like
I guess.
It's not a running stride.
But also think about
it's
that.
Not a running stride.
Yeah, and also think about like imagine like skiing. Like just because there are people who are slow skiers, which I never thought was a thing. Like I thought if you just skied,
if you're going on a high mountain, you're going
exactly
fast.
like
so if you're like Pavel Datsyuk, right?
Yeah.
let's use him as an example, and then tell me if this is true in hockey, where a guy is. First of all, is there a combine in hockey? There has to be something.
There is a sort of, yeah.
Probably like a showcase, right?
Is there like a bench press kind of thing? Or
No, I don't believe there is. No.
So like, is there something in hockey where like, yo, we went in. I got tickets to an Oilers game.
Yeah.
And we saw Connor McDavid, bro. As someone who watches, like, I watch playoff hockey, like Eastern Conference Finals, Western Conference Finals, and the Stanley Cup, just because, like, you know, I'm in the sports market. I want to know who's won championships. I value greatness. When the Rangers are in, I'm all in. Hockey and baseball is very similar to me, where like.
It's spotty. Also, it's a long season. You kind of are like, I don't know how to follow this.
Hockey playoffs, overtime hockey is probably the most intense shit. Like, I watch, like, Blues Sharks Game 6 overtime. I'm like, why am I sweating? Like,
exactly.
I have no time. I have no financial investment. Like, if I gamble, I get it. But with hockey, we went and we saw Connor McDavid, and we had, like, really good seats. I just turned to Dill. Mind you, casual hockey fan. I know the Rangers fairly well. I used to. I go, yo, bro, he looks different. He's like, dude, he is different.
Yeah.
And then you could just see him skate. Like, he was doing the, like, he's, like, skating sideways and surpassing people.
Yep.
Yes.
So is, like, Connor McDavid fast, or is he just, like, skating fast?
He's fast on skates. I don't know if he can run. It's a different stride. It's not a running stride. It's different.
And my dad and my brother always used to get season tickets to Ranger games, and I would go like occasionally when my brother couldn't go. And I was a big Darius Kasparaitis fan, like huge, right? I used to see him across the street sometimes at the bar that's across the street from Madison Square Garden. Right above the bar is
the Flying Puck used to go to?
Was a church that Henrik used to go to. And Jaromir Jagr used to go to it all the time too. So they'd all come down and like they'd have to walk into the garden. And I remember seeing Darius Kasparaitis. I'm not even kidding. He was like in a pea coat. I'm like, bro, this guy just looks like somebody who just got out of like the financial district. I'm like, he does not look like a hockey player. All these people, it didn't make sense.
I met Stephen Gregory. He used to be a safety for the Chargers and the Patriots. He's won a Super Bowl. He's from the PSAL. He played in Staten Island. I met him at All City, dinner my senior year, because you know the boy was All City.
Yeah,
come on now,
rep flex.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So we met him over there. Yo, 5'7", stocky, but you would think, like, judging a book by its cover, similar to what you said. He was like in a suit, 3-piece suit.
Yeah.
But you just kind of look like, yo, this guy's like some Wall Street.
Do you guys have any friends from school or from like your childhood that are professional athletes right now?
Probably.
Me and Alan have Dean Marlowe. He's the safety for the Bills.
No shit.
He was our starting quarterback, and he was my starting shortstop on our baseball team.
Wow.
He's the starting safety for the Bills. Like, he's the man.
My buddy Stefan had a tryout with the Bucks for like a week, and then
the kid you had on the podcast. Yeah, that was I remember watching. I was listening to that podcast, and his insight on like what training camp is actually like is really insane. Like when you think about it, it's like that's people's like biggest moment of their life. You're there for 8 days, and you're like, all right, kick rocks, buddy.
Yeah.
And it's like, yo, that's like a huge. Like, even if you don't make it, that's a fucking great experience.
Yeah.
Like, to be able to say you did that.
For sure.
Like, even like Brock Lesnar, like, went down to the Vikings and was like, and was straight up like, dude, listen, we think you're great and all. Wrong sport. We're like, literally wrong sport. You're fighting your own teammates. Like, just get into wrestling, right?
Yo, think about that. Brock Lesnar got cut by a football team.
Yeah.
Probably one of the greatest combat sport athletes of all time. The fact that he was a professional wrestler and then became UFC heavyweight champion.
And then the flip side is literally like fucking Hardy going from the Panthers just to the UFC, getting his ass kicked the first 2 fights, and then all of a sudden like.
I don't know if he was forced into it.
No, I'm not saying forced. I'm saying no, he wasn't forced. I'm saying like the fact that you could even do that.
Yeah.
Like, yo, do you understand? Like, I used to love when people would shit on Michael Jordan for like quitting in his prime basketball. Like, you also kind of realize that conspiracy theory Dill right here. I'm with you, buddy. I truly think that the reason why he quit was because he was in trouble, and basically Stern was just like, dude, you got to get the fuck out. Like, blow some heat. And like, his father just passed away. His father was murdered, and his favorite sport was baseball. So Michael Jordan grew up playing baseball. Do you understand that man in Double-A was absolute dog shit? Do you know what Double-A baseball is? That's like straight up Cape Cod Baseball League. Like, that's like 21-year-old men's league. Like, some of these teams, like, I was watching Michael Jordan miss baseballs by a mile. And you're sitting there, you're like, wow, this is really hard. You're like, just because you're a super athlete in one sport, you think that all of a sudden you could just go and do something else. I was big on the, what's it called though? I wanted to see LeBron play for the Cleveland Browns. I wanted to see him like play tight end and but the reason why I wanted to see is because I wanted to see like fucking like Harrison just fucking come across the middle and just nail him and just see what was good. I wanted to see what he was made of.
What he was made of.
Yeah, that's all I wanted to see. I wanted to see like his first hit. And then after that, I would have been like, all right, LeBron's the GOAT. Like, it just is what it is.